For this video critique, I am going to be talking about Salt Creek Beach, which is located in Dana Point, California. So I grew up in a neighborhood that was located about a mile away from this beach, and I have been coming here since I was a baby. It is a extremely important part of my childhood, and I would say that I have made some of my favorite memories at this beach. And then lastly, I just want to mention that I live extremely close, so I have used little to no energy when coming to this beach because I was always able to walk or bike. So now I'm going to be looking a little bit into the history of Salt Creek Beach, and it has always been an extremely popular surfing and swimming spot, and it still remains that today. And back in the 1960s, it was purchased by developers for private use, but luckily, a movement called Save Salt Creek was able to secure beach access for everyone to enjoy. So I actually took this photo a couple years ago during a full moon, and I just wanted to show the grassy hillside that is located next to the beach. There are a ton of fun activities to do here. A lot of people picnic, and there's also basketball courts, a snack bar, barbecues, picnic tables, and just a wide range of activities for all different types of people to enjoy. This area also often hosts concerts in the park and weddings and other events. Next, I'm going to be looking at some potential environmental threats for this beach. The first being oil spills, which can be caused from accidents and human errors, and I'm going to be going a little bit more into detail on this later. Next, there is sea level rise, which happens as glaciers and ice sheets melt worldwide due to global warming, and this poses many threats to coastal communities. And then lastly, another potential threat is algal blooms, which are caused by excess nutrients that enter the water and result in an increased growth of algae, which can in turn kill aquatic animals and threaten human health. So unfortunately, in the beginning of October, there was a massive oil spill that took place in Orange County, resulting in many beaches, including Salt Creek, to close down for a couple weeks. And the studies show that 126,000 gallons of oil were spilled, yet only 3,150 were recovered, which obviously had detrimental effects on wildlife. And this photo was actually taken from a beach a few miles away from Salt Creek, but I just wanted to portray that many beaches were closed for a couple weeks because of this incident. So now on a more positive note, I'm going to be looking at some of the potential positive impacts that this landscape can have. The first one being the potential for carbon sequestration, considering there are tons of plants and trees that are on the grassy hilltop. And next, I wanted to mention that the ocean is a huge carbon sink, and it actually absorbs 50 times more carbon dioxide than the atmosphere, which is quite a lot. And then lastly, I just wanted to mention that the ocean produces over half of the world's oxygen, so it is extremely essential for survival. And that wraps up my presentation for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I hoped that you learned a few things about Salt Creek Beach.